For this practice assignment, we're going to be starting in SketchUp Pro, and we're going to go to the architectural template. If yours doesn't have a heart, you can just go ahead and make it a heart because that's the one we're going to be using. So you just click it, it'll open this. You should see the little lady there, and we're ready to go. So it's a lot like the online version with a lot of the same icons, except some things are in different places, which is why we're just going to review how to use this real quick. So the red and the green are on the ground. You can remember green because green is like the grass, and then the blue is the sky. So red and green is on the ground, and then blue is up and down. So we always draw along our axis. We can get our pencil tool, and we're going to start right here at the origin, and we are going to click, and we're going to go in the direction where we want the line. So let's go ahead and go along the green line. And on the green line, I'm just leaving my pencil there. I haven't clicked anything. We're going to type 20 feet. So 20 feet. So you can see at the bottom um, right-hand corner where I typed 20 feet. That was on my keyboard. And I'm going to click enter on my keyboard. Okay, I still have not clicked anything on my mouse. It's just there. If I click it, it'll let it go, but I'm not going to click anything right now. I just want to go along this red line now, along the red axis. And I'm going to take the turn this way, and I'm going to do 10 feet this way. Um, I don't know what I was going to say. Okay, we're going to go 10 feet this way. Oh, so if you hold down shift on your keyboard, it automatically, like you see how I'm moving my mouse like everywhere, it won't come off the red axis if I hold down shift. If I let go of shift on my keyboard, then it'll let you move around wherever. So just stay on the red axis. If you want to hit shift so you don't move anywhere, you definitely can. So I'm just going in this direction. Don't click anything on your mouse. Um, there it is. Type 10 feet, enter. Okay, now we're going to go back on the green axis in this direction. It'll snap into place, or you can just type 20 feet and then you click enter. Oops. 20 feet, enter. And then instead of typing anything, I'm just going to snap it into place and click. So this will create a surface. And if you get your selection tool, which is the black mouse, and you select the surface, anything with the little dots is a surface. But if you select a line, um, it's going to get highlighted blue, and those are lines. So there's 4 lines outlining this rectangle, and then we have a surface. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start making walls, and we're going to use the offset key, which is this one right here, offset. So you're going to click offset, and we are going to make our walls. So we're just hovering over this. Make sure you hover over the surface, which is the dots. I'm going to click, and it could go inside and it could go outside. And I haven't clicked anything, I'm just moving my mouse. And when I say draw the walls inside, you draw them inside. When I say draw them outside, draw them outside. We're going to do walls inside. And we're going to do 6-inch thick walls. So my mouse is still here. Make sure, since we're doing the walls inside, that your square is inside, or that your rectangle is inside the rectangle that we drew. Do not put it on the outside for this assignment. We're doing it on the inside. And we're going to type 6 shift inches, 6 inches, and click enter. So that's going to give us 6-inch thick walls. Now, if we want to make sure that this is 6 inches, we can use our tape measure tool, and we can click a corner right here and click to the outside, and we can see that it's 6 inches. We can also check if everything's correct and make sure that it's 20 by 10. So you click this corner and then hover over that point. It says 20 feet, and then we can just move our point over here. I'm hovering over it, and it says 10 feet. So we're good. Now we're going to bring the walls up, and we're going to use our push and pull tool, and we're going to bring our walls up. So Notice how I'm not going to select the center surface. I'm going to select the outside surface where our walls are. So I'm just hovering over. I'm going to click and I'm going to go in the up direction. It can go down, but our walls go up. So we're going in the up direction. So my mouse is going in the up direction and our walls are going to be 8 feet tall. So I'm going to type 8 feet, enter. Okay, that should be our room. Now, on the inside corner where the origin is where all the lines meet, the red, the blue, and the green. Actually, we're going to do this real quick. Now that our walls are made, we're going to get our selection tool and we're going to double click or triple click our walls. So notice how double click just selects the surface and the lines, and the triple click selects everything. And then if you were to do a single click, well, it just selects the surface. So single click surface, double click surface, and then it's lines for that surface, and then triple clicks everything. Okay, so now we want to put the walls in a group, so a tag. So we don't want the floor because we're just going to make the walls a tag. So we're gonna, since it's selected everything, even that floor, I'm gonna get shift, hold down shift on my keyboard. So I'm holding it down, and you see how that little plus and minus sign comes up on my mouse? So I let it go, shift, but if I hold down shift, the plus and minus comes up. That means whatever I click, it could take away or add. So if it's selected and I click it, then it's going to take it away. If it's not selected and I click it, then it will add it to whatever I have selected already. So I'm going to click the floor, surface, one click, and it took it away. Now that all the walls are selected with their lines, we don't want the floor. I'm just going to make sure I get the selection tool, right click on, like hovering over a wall, and I'm going to make it a group. Now what that does is if I were to get the move tool, I'm going to click this wall and it's going to move it away as a group. Okay, so I could move it and then click Control Z to go back just to make sure you grouped it correctly. Another thing is we're going to add it on a tag. So we're going to do our own wall tag. So if you look over here to the right hand corner, there should be tags. And the little plus button, you add a tag. You're going to add a tag called walls. Okay, that's done. Now you're going to come back to your walls. You're going to select the walls. You're going to right click and you can click Entity Info. Entity Info will be right up here. You can see that the tag, it's untagged. We can click the drop down and we can put it under walls. Now, if you don't see walls, it's because you have not created the tag. Now, when you come down here to the walls, if you click the little eyeball, it should go away because you don't want to see the walls, and now you see the walls. So that's what the eyeball does. Now, with our selection tool, we're going to click the walls, and I want to edit the walls. I want to make an opening in the wall for a door and a window. But in order to edit the walls now, I have to double click inside the group. So I need a double click, and you see how the lady became like you can't click her anymore. This little bounding box is just showing me the walls. Can't really select the floor anymore. That means we're just focusing on what's in that group, and we're in that walls group. So starting at this corner over here, I'm going to get my pencil. I'm going to click, and from that corner, I'm going to go over 6 inches to the right. So 6 inches. Make sure you're on that green axis. If you're not on the green axis, you can kind of see it. You see how you kind of see it? Anyway, green axis, 6 inches, 6 inches. Enter. And now when you hover over kind of this area, you'll see the end point of that 6 inches. So you're going to click it and you're going to go up, and our door is going to be 6 feet 8 inches. Enter. And now our door width is going to be 3 feet. 3 feet. Enter. And now we're going to go down, and we're going to make sure we go down on the blue axis because up and down is on the blue axis. We're going to click. Okay, if I'm going to get the selection tool because it made like a little surface up here or on the floor. I'm just going to select that surface and delete it. Okay, now you can go select that surface right here, and it should have made the surface in that rectangle that you made for the door opening. If it's not working for any reason, it's probably because you didn't do it inside the group of your walls. So notice I'm still inside the group of my walls. Now I'm going to get my push and pull tool, and I want to push this surface through. Now notice how I can push it all the way. Well, sometimes it lets you push it all the way through, but it doesn't. So I'm just going to push it right here, and I'm going to click, and it makes an opening so my door slab can be right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make another opening for a window. So from this point, which is the top right-hand corner of that door, I'm going to click, and we're going to go ahead and I want the window center. So this is like kind of how I would do it. I'm going to make the line all the way over here. And I want the window in the center. So I made that line because now when you hover over with your pencil, it's going to find that midpoint. And that's what I wanted to find so I could center that window on this wall. My window is going to be 4 feet tall. So from this from this midpoint, I'm going to click. I want to go in the down direction, which is on the blue axis. And I'm going to go 4 feet, enter. Now I want to go to the left 2 feet, enter. And then I want to go back up on that blue axis 4 feet, click. Now from that bottom center point again, I'm going to click, and I'm going to go to the right 2 feet, enter. I'm going to go up 4 feet, blue axis, click. Now that I have my window centered on this wall right here, I can go delete all the lines that I don't need. So I'm going to click this one, the line, click delete on my keyboard, delete. This one, delete, this one, delete. Now I have the surface that I could punch through. So I'm going to get my push and pull tool. I'm going to push that surface through, click, and hopefully it worked. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Sometimes it doesn't do that. So if it does that, just Control Z and try it one more time. Click the surface. You see how it leaves that like little gradient? That's how you can tell if it's working. You click. If you didn't do it right the first time, try it one more time. Or again, your window probably isn't in your in your group. Okay, and I'm still in the group with my walls. Okay, now we're going to do the same 4x4 window. It should be a 4x4 window. So if you can get your measuring tape and click it. So you're going to click right here, hover over 4 feet. Hover over this corner, 4 feet. 4x4 window, perfect. Now we're going to go on to this wall back here, and we're going to put another 4x4 window in the center. So I need to find the center, and I need to see how far it is from the ground because I want to make it the same distance as this one. So I'm going to get my measuring tape, and I'm going to click this point and go to the ground. It's 2 feet 8 inches from the ground. So I'm going to make the other window 2 feet 8 inches from the ground. Grab my pencil, hover over here to find the midpoint. We're going to go up 2 feet 8 inches. Remember, we need to go up on the blue axis because blue is up and down. 2 feet, 8 inches. Enter. Now I'm going to go to the left direction, 2 feet. Enter. Go up, blue axis, 4 feet. Go over, we're on that red axis, 2 feet. Oops, not 2 feet. I'm going to Control Z to go back. Control Z. And I can click that here again, and then go over on the right 4 feet. 4 feet. Enter. I'm going to go down, blue axis, 4 feet, and then I'm going to end it right here at that center point. Now I'm going to get the selection tool, and I'm going to delete the line that I don't need, which is this one. Delete on my keyboard. I'm going to select that surface. I'm going to get the push and pull tool, and I'm going to push out the thing. See that gradient? That's when you know push through. Click. And now you should have a little room with a door opening. That is 6 feet 8 inches by 3 feet and 2 4x4 windows.